Hello, Grandmaster Gambardella, and I'm here to tell you who's going to win UFC 124, St-Pierre versus Koscheck. It's time for the much-anticipated rematch between Georges Slippery St-Pierre, a.k.a. GSP, and Josh Bullshit Koscheck, a.k.a. BSK. Yes, it's time for another tough coaches fight, and for two of the more colorful UFC fighters to take it to the center stage and duke it out. But this won't really be a great fight. As much BS as Koscheck talks, he's not going to be able to back it up, and Slippery Pierre will take him down and bacon fry his butt. And here's why. Georges St-Pierre, not George, but George, as if he's actually two people, has a Canadian plan of action to take care of BSK, and it's really a simple plan. Pierre is going to be totally pumped up from the support of his rabid, and I do mean rabid, as in people who have been bitten by bats and are crazy, because you would have to be crazy to live in a country where 0 degrees is considered the start of summer. And as the Canadian French-speaking English Eskimos swig down their 100th Molson of the night, just another Saturday night in Canada, GSP will begin his attack by asking for just a minute to freshen up his makeup, and will apply a few more pounds of Vaseline, thus giving him a definite edge over BSK, who will in turn be retouching his natural white hair and trying to remember his next insult line that was provided for him weekly by the writers on The Ultimate Fighter. This was done to endure him to the teenage drunk fans who watched 58 minutes of Jackass 4, or TUF as it's called, each week to see 2 minutes of bad fights between two guys trying their best to make it into the UFC by being as outrageous in the house as they possibly can before they get knocked out in 30 seconds in the actual ring. Anyway, Georges, the one with the grease on his body, will come out and immediately take down Koscheck and begin his relentless rubbing of grease all over BSK, soften him up for his weak attempts at arm bars, leg locks, and chokes, only to find each one totally ineffective because he doesn't know squat about jiu-jitsu. And the only person who could actually submit would be Kimbo Slice. BSK will have none of it and will counter with some vicious verbal assaults about his mother, his country, and his hair, or the lack thereof, and get to his feet in a few seconds, only to be taken down again and tortured by the slippery Canadian Baconator for a few more seconds till he gets back to his feet and taken down again. We think you're going to see a pattern in the fight here, and it's not a pretty one. The comedian slash announcer extraordinaire, Joe Blowhard Rogan, will make some insightful comments about how this or that move could be used to finish the fight, almost at precisely the time the person is escaping from said move. And Joe won't seem to notice that for the 110th consecutive time he was wrong about what was going to actually happen in the fight. And then we'll flash through some scenes in the crowd of some tattooed babes flashing the drinking and tonguing sign in the crowd, and then some slightly less tattooed affliction-wearing t-shirt guys, because if you can wear the shirt, you know how to fight. And then back to the ring to watch some more bad boxing or more worse ground fighting. Finally, after 5 brutal rounds of slipping and sliding, pretend punching and running, the fight will go to decision, because we don't think either fighter has what it takes to win by knockout or tap out, and the winner will be Georges Slippery Pierre over B.S. Koscheck. Because we all know, because Joe Rogan told us only last week, when the first fight on the live Tough Finals was obviously rigged and the winner lost, that the UFC is not rigged and they have nothing to do with picking the referees or the decision other than paying them off. And GSP will go on to more fame and glory and back into his igloo to rest for the rest of the Canadian winter, 8 months and 27 days, and come out in the summer as the national hero of the frozen north. This is Grandmaster Gambardella. I'll be right again. See you next time.